in a shorter time. Being born blind affected her stats by her own admission. I should stop being so annoyed with myself over it, but I can't shake the feeling that I'm depending on Lily far too much, given the circumstances most have had to deal with in Yamaku. It makes a lot of sense. You're pretty good at explaining, as always. Come to think of it, where's Hanako anyway? She was with us for lunch. It seems she's busy studying. The exams are far from over, and she said she wants to do better this year than the last. Well, while I admire her work ethics, she's really been trying to give us a lot of room alone recently. She's that type of person, I think, the kind that puts others' needs above her at every chance. She's a sweet girl, even though so much has hurt her in the past. I don't know. I feel like it's only now, while she's less close to me than ever, that she's truly finding herself. It's thanks to you that she became more confident, after all, not me. Take my hand from hers and gently place it on her head. The important thing is that you were there for her. I can't even imagine what she'd be like without having found someone like you. That would be that much because obvious while you were in Scotland. We're all still friends, so we've just got to have faith in her. I think she's become a good person, and that is thanks for you being there for her when she most needed it, just as you were there for me. God damn, I can't read. It makes me feel a bit childish when you sound so wise. Well, I try. Are you doing anything on the weekend by any chance? Jeez. Got hiccups. Nothing that comes to mind. Why? Then how about a date on Sunday? It'd be something to do besides exam preparation. Countering my rapidly beating heart, she simply smiles and nods. That would be lovely. Where would you like to go? Her face suddenly changes to one of disapproval. You can't do that, Hisao. That's cheating. Do what? A gentleman should never ask a lady where to have a date. Oh. Her smile quickly comes back, reassuring me that she's far from serious. Don't worry about it. I'll think about where we could go. I'll leave it to you then. I promise to decide on the next date, though. With our plans for the weekend made, the rest of the walk down the hill continues in silence. The prospect of that lasting for any length of time, however, is shattered as I catch sight of a familiar figure waiting for us, her hand held high. Yo! Thank you, please come again. The change in temperature as I step outside the convenience store sends a chill up my spine. It feels like summer's starting to wind down. Looking at my side, the same feeling seems to affect Lily as well. Though, unlike me, she doesn't manage to hide the fact. Something I didn't realize at first was how physically delicate she is, even compared to the likes of Hanako. If I had to describe her, I'd say that she reminds me of a China doll. Akira walks up behind her and gives a couple of hard pats on her shoulder. Much to Lily's consternation, for a moment she looks as envious of my status as an only child as I am of their close relationship. They talk between themselves for a few moments as they sort out my bags, their voices too low for me to catch, but eventually they break off and we begin to walk back to school. It feels good to be out of that damned office. You kids don't know how good you have it here. Kids. Tish, you too, then. Kids grow up so fast nowadays. You're not old enough to say that. I don't know, being around Hidaki makes me feel damned old. He's so precocious. He reminds me of you when you were younger. He's a nice boy. It would be a shame if Shizune comes to have too much of an influence on him. Akira gives an amused snort at her sister's antipathy. She really doesn't seem to regard it as anything to make a serious fuss about, treating it more like a childhood spat. She looks over to me, apparently only just remembering that I'm here, and gives a small grin as she reaches towards her back pocket. What is it? Just a sec, let me dig it out. After quite some difficulty, she manages to retrieve her black leather wallet from her back pocket, quickly fishing out what looks like to be a folded square of paper. With Lily all but unaware of what's happening, Kira unfolds the scrap and hands it to me. Aw, it's so cool. Shizune looks really serious. I don't know who the girl in the back is. An old photo of what looks to be a younger Lily Shizune operating a noodle stall with some other girl in the background. She looks vaguely familiar, but I can't quite pinpoint why. Oh, it's Misha, because I think she dyes her hair pink or whatever. What is it, Akira? I think you know. Lily mulls this over for a few moments before realization dawns on her. Akira, you really needn't... It's fine, isn't it? Besides, it's not... It's like the only photo I have of you two since you entered Yamaku where you're not at each other's throats. I look back down at the photo in my hand. It does seem strange to see Lily and Shizune working together so diligently without any sign of animosity. If the photo of them is during Yamaku's festival, that means it must have been taken 1 or 2 years ago. In other words, the time that they were both in the student council together. Who's the girl in the back? She looks kind of familiar. Ha! I knew you wouldn't recognize her. It's Misha before she went and dyed her hair pink. That's Misha? No way! That is really weird. It took me a second to even realize it. I think they mentioned in the other story that she dyes it. It feels extremely strange to see Misha without her her very distinctive hairstyle. Judging from Akira's tone, she doesn't take favorably to Misha's idea of fashion. I suppose the fact that she just accentuates how odd the situation looks. To think they were so friendly in the past, I wish I could do something to mend their relationship. You're being very quiet, Hisao. It just feels kind of strange to see you all so friendly like this. Lily moves to say something, but stops herself. In the end, this doesn't matter for me. It's between Shizune and Lily and nobody else. Things change, unfortunately. I hand the photo back to Akira, who sighs as she folds it up and slides it back into her wallet. A little memory, quietly hidden away, to be pulled out again some time later. Yeah, that they do. Initially, I think Akira's reaction water. Initially, I think Akira's reaction to be simply in response to the situation between Lily and Shizune, but she looks oddly glum compared to what I'd expected. Lily's expression has clouded as well. What's wrong? It's just that I'll be going to Scotland fairly soon. You're leaving for Scotland again? For a long moment, Kira looks surprised, as if an ill-fitting expression for her. After I glance at Lily, she turns back to me as if she'd never done so. Yeah, in a couple weeks I'll be leaving for Inverness to work at the company's headquarters. It's a pretty big jump in corporate position, and it's not a chance that's going to come again. So Kira's going to leave Japan on what seems like a permanent basis. I can't help feeling that my assumption that we could all happily while away our days, have fun in this isolated little world is coming to an end. It's unsettling. I look at Lily, mildly surprised that she hadn't told me such a thing, despite usually being so forthcoming. She continues to walk with her face fixed pointed ahead. I can't read her expression, nor can I even guess what's on her mind, which is discomforting, given how it's usually easy for me to do both. It reminds me of the time when we first met at the Shanghai, just before what could be called our first date. At the time, all I could do was comfort her without knowing the cause, and now feels no different. As we finally reach the school dormitories once again, there's a somewhat awkward silence. I don't think I'm the only one who feels it. See you tomorrow then, Lily. Bye, Akira. Good night, Hisao. See ya. And with that, they walk to the female dormitories. Opening the door to the male dormitories, I stop and look back at them, just moments before their figures disappear behind the heavy wooden door. That was a strange moment when Akira said she was leaving. While that wasn't the first time when my thoughts regarding my new life had been called into question, it's perhaps the first time that it's done so quite so profoundly. Whatever. I still don't know what to make of Akira's reaction, much less of Lily's. The night chills remind me to get back to my room before I catch something. My bags pulling down on my arms, which seemingly redoubled weight. If nothing else, I have a date with her set up for the weekend. I just need to stop overthinking stuff and get on with things as they are. The exams are still ongoing after all, and with the trimester's end of the summer holidays beginning soon, there'll be plenty to keep me busy for a while. As I give a yawn and retreat inside, my thoughts turn to what Lily will decide to set as a location for our weekend rendezvous. Alright, and this is where we will take I must take a break, but probably not gonna be recording till. Maybe I'll record a little later. Ooh, fancy. The date. Oh, I can't save because it's a moving picture? Are you kidding me? Yeah, right click. I swear escape brings it up, but maybe not. Shit, I think I just skipped a line. Okay. Alright. Here's where we save, so we can... 701. Alright, I don't know what it was at originally. Probably recorded about an hour.